Hello, Brian McCarthy here from Bold&Break. I am back with a discussional video. This one is an important topic at the moment. We are going to discuss whether the creative industry as a whole is experiencing a recession, going into a recessive period, or at best, will we experience stagnation? We are also going to explore what opportunities might be available to you and what are the best measures you can take to protect yourself. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. It's really important. It helps my videos. Thank you for watching, and let's get started. So in 2022, tech companies started to lay off their employees, and this has a big effect on the creative industry as a whole. Why is this? Because you have UX designers, UI designers, even motion designers, animators. A lot of people who are within the creative sector actually work in tech companies. And when they start letting those people go, it's a sign that those big tech companies are trying to cut costs. It wasn't just employees who worked in the creative sector who were let go. There was account managers, sales teams, coders, programmers. A lot of different professions were let go during these tech layoffs, but it still has a profound effect when you have thousands of more designers within the sector looking for work, be it freelance or full-time. I'm going to put a link in the description below. There's an actual tracker tracking back to when the layoff started, and you can have a look. It's quite interesting. Work has been slow, especially kind of in the UK for me in the freelance sector for the last 6 to 8 months. It's been kind of very choppy, and I'm sure other people have experienced this who are freelancers. And even if you're looking for a full-time job, it's been limited. The amount of options are much more limited to 12 months ago. And now recently a huge event has just happened which will have a profound effect on our industry. So the Writers and Actors Guilds of Hollywood have decided to go on strike, and that means production will be paused. But with a movie comes a lot of money, and we're talking money to advertising agencies. We are talking about video games that are created in alignment with the release of a movie. There's a lot of different pieces to this puzzle, if you will. We have sound designers, fashion, makeup artists, VFX artists, the big one for us, 3D animators, and even motion designers who work in advertising. Advertising agencies are not going to have now the same budgets because tech companies are pulling back with their budgets, and now the entertainment industry is pulling back. There has been a loss of Netflix subscribers, and these are all signals that work might start slowing down, or the kind of pace and the amount of demand that has been in the past is definitely not going to be the same as before. A lot of the work we do is related to luxury goods and services, advertising and entertainment and video games. Those are things that people might not be as interested in when there is a cost of living crisis or when people are trying to save money. So in the future, it's always good to look out for these signals. If you see interest rate hikes, that means, companies can't take out loans, and there's not going to be a lot of cash in society. So startups aren't going to be as prevalent, and people aren't going to take the same amount of risks. When you start to see those signals in a market, it's a good sign that maybe now is the time to act. And this brings me on to my next subject, which is how you can prepare and protect yourself in these scenarios. First thing I would say is obviously consolidate as much debt as you can. Save, and don't be taking out any more loans, or don't be buying the fancy things that designers love to buy. We love buying nice shiny toys. Limit your subscriptions, all those kind of obvious things. Another thing you can do is, if you have equipment that you don't use, it's worth renting it out or selling it. I rent out my camera quite often on a platform called Fatllama. I'll put a link in the description below. And if you're looking for equipment, but you don't have the money right now to buy it, it's worth renting it from somewhere like Fatllama. If you have an old Wacom, whatever you want to call it, tablet lying around that you don't use anymore, sell it. If you're not using your camera, sell it. If you're not using your fancy mouse or your fancy add-ons for your computer, sell it. There are opportunities to be a bit more safe with your money. And if you're a freelancer and you're struggling to find work, it's worth thinking about going back to a full-time job. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no shame in it. In fact, you might find a job that you actually love this time, and you might stay there for a while. And you can still keep your business open. It might be worth doing the odd project here and there, or, developing your own projects through your business. There's a lot to be said for having a 9 to 5, switching off, and enjoying your free time. If you're trying to be a freelancer or run your own studio, it's a lot more intense, and you're wasting a lot more time trying to chase clients for money, and that's not going to be the case in a full-time job. In these situations, there might be opportunity. If you've worked really hard over the past few years and you have a little bit of money laying around, don't panic. Maybe you can take some time off. Maybe the time is now to take some time off, relax, step away from the computer, step away from the tools, enjoy yourself. If you feel that that's a waste of time and you just can't do that, now is the time to upskill, learn new software, learn new skills, maybe, get a new hobby that's somewhat related to what you do, and you can kind of intertwine it into your projects in the future. And this brings me on to another topic, which is I've noticed that a lot of people who have kind of super specialized in certain areas are struggling more now than ever. If you make beautiful branding images and that's all you've done for the past, 5 years, now is a time where clients will be cutting back on those kind of budgets. So now is a time to, maybe learn some After Effects skills, maybe learn some animation. There's a lot to be said for being agile. Being agile allows people to survive in these recessive periods. Don't be snobby about the work that's being given to you. If it's a video edit, if it's, something that doesn't, grasp your attention immediately, sometimes it's just about the money and paying your bills. You don't have to, be making incredible work all the time. And if you've specialized and you feel like you've pigeonholed yourself, you don't have to feel like that. You can go and learn new skills, or just, add some tools to your arsenal. Another opportunity here is to maybe restructure your pricing. If you're a freelancer or a studio, by restructuring your pricing, you can potentially undercut bigger companies, bigger agencies. There are a lot of companies looking to save money right now on their content creation, and you could be their answer for that. Reach out, cold email. I know cold emailing is a hassle and it barely works, but maybe now is the time, subject line, do you want to save money on your content creation? There you go. And you can offer them maybe so much more than an agency can for so much less. And there are opportunities here. People are re-looking at their budgets, especially bigger companies, and they're looking to squeeze out more money at the moment because they know that people aren't consuming as much. So now is an opportunity to maybe restructure your pricing and look at how you can maybe separate yourself from the pack, especially with your pricing at the moment. Another thing you can do is reach out and start networking. This is a really positive one. There are lots of people in a similar position to ourselves right now who might be finding it difficult or struggling to get work. Reach out, connect with people, connect with other studios, connect with companies that you've wanted to connect with. Just set up a meeting. Don't necessarily make it salesy. In the last several months, I've connected with people. I went into these meetings without the intention of necessarily getting work out of it, but I've built rapport with a few people, and you never know, maybe in 6 months to a year they might come back to me. And last but not least, we all hate doing this. We can update our portfolio. There's so much time to update our portfolio, even during busy periods, and we don't do it. Now is the opportunity to update your portfolio, and that will help you. That will separate you again. Do detailed write-ups, show your outcomes, show your goals of your portfolio, and clients will love to see that, and then do maybe your networking and your reach out and your price restructure, and you have goals to kind of keep yourself busy. Okay, so there are other factors potentially involved in this downturn for the creative industry. One of them, which is probably a bit of a myth, people are kind of attributing AI to people, not getting work. I would tend to disagree with this. This is a video for a later date. AI is a very complex subject. I don't think necessarily AI is the issue here. So AI is being kind of in very early stages, and it's being misused a lot. It's not being used in ways that are productive necessarily. It's a lot of it's art and just smashing other people's work together. There's opportunities with AI. If you have any downtime, it's definitely worth exploring it and how you can speed up your workflow. There's lots of opportunity there, but I don't think AI is to blame for us not having work. I think blaming external factors during times like these is an unhealthy attitude. I think being proactive during these times is the best form of therapy and method to get through this. A lot of studios after the 2008 crisis were founded because people were looking to cut budgets. There was a lot of studios born out of the 2008 recession. Now, saying that, there was a lot of studios that had to close, which was very sad. but there are opportunities here. Don't let just not getting that client work deter you from, your craft and what you do. I think it's very important to try and keep a positive mind during these times, even though it's hard. Keep a check on your mental health and keep a check on yourself. I hope this video is helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Good to share experiences. Is there anything maybe in this video I left out? Are you feeling the same? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.